because this is the audio Blake and Ryan's agent seemingly didn't want you to hear.
I wonder if you could tell us about a little bit of a mess that I gather you've been involved in.
Oh yeah. I know where you're going with this one.
Do you have notes on it?
Oh yeah. Those are the two things I said to myself.
Where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
I have not seen a case so open and shut in my life, and the more that I read and the more details I get into, I'm just shocked at how many lies were told, okay?
Are her lawyers dumb? Like, what's happening? Why do they keep making these mistakes and fumbling the ball like this? I mean, is it not a little hypocritical? Is this a bad look of her if she's trying to tell the courts that we should stop talking about this in public?
I mean, that first subpoena, as you pointed out when we talked on our prior show, it was massively overbroad. It basically asked for everything under the sun, and it was crazy. And it was never going to get granted in full. So I'm surprised they didn't back off and try to do a little more tailored.
Blake lively walked into court expecting a win. Instead, she got bench slapped by a no-nonsense judge in a brutal reality check.
It just blows my mind how dumb Blake Lively's team is, and how just, I guess, egocentric, maniacal that she thinks that she can tell the world, you didn't see what you actually saw with your eyes. It's insane.
In her high-stakes lawsuit against former co-star Justin Baldoni, the judge harshly rejected Lively's key legal request and handed her a massive loss. Lively's team had begged the court for a sweeping trove of evidence, but the judge was having none of it. In an order that landed like a bombshell, U.S. District Judge Louis Lyman partially denied Lively's demands, deeming them overly intrusive and disproportionate to the case. In plain English, the court shut her down hard. Baldoni's side is ecstatic. His attorney Brian Friedman crowed that the court put a stop to Lively's egregious attempt to pry into Baldoni's private data. He called the ruling a big win and twisted the knife by mocking Lively's failed strategy as nothing more than a desperate fishing expedition to prop up her debunked claims. Ouch. The judge essentially saw Lively's gambit as a flimsy, baseless ploy and delivered a stinging public humiliation to her legal team. Team Lively's grand plan just went down in flames, and everyone in the courtroom felt the burn. Hollywood's golden girl has officially gone off the rails. Blake Lively, yes, Serena Woodsen herself, just went through one of the most dramatically disastrous courtroom showdowns Tinseltown has ever seen. In a whirlwind legal battle that has it all, secret plots, leaked tapes, ex-CIA fixers, you name it, Lively suffered a humiliating defeat in court that's left her once sterling reputation in tatters. Buckle up, because this juicy saga has more twists than a soap opera and a tone that screams Hollywood's biggest train wreck of the year. What was Lively asking for that was so outrageous? Oh, just a mind-boggling raid into Baldoni's personal communications. 2.5 years worth of phone records, emails, texts, even location data. That's right. Blake wanted every call and text Justin Baldoni ever made for the last 2.5 years, plus data on anyone connected to him, all in hopes of digging up dirt. Talk about overreach. The judge practically rolled his eyes at this nosy request, slamming it as overly broad and invasive, an unjustified violation of privacy. In court filings, Judge Lyman noted Lively had no basis to demand such sweeping data dump on Baldoni and his colleagues. He agreed it was basically a wild fishing expedition. Baldoni's lawyer piled on, blasting Lively's massive ask as proof that she's desperately grasping at straws. Indeed, Friedman revealed Lively wanted every single call, text, data log, and even real-time location information for the past 2.5 years, regardless of relevance. This jaw-dropping demand backfired spectacularly. The judge labeled it intrusive, shut it down, and told Lively she'll only get to seek far more tailored bits of info going forward. In short, her legal blitzkrieg blew up in her face, leaving her case in tatters.
So clear, Blake's case is falling apart. She's destroying her cred. Ryan Reynolds, too.
If you thought the drama ended there, think again. Courtroom insiders say the real? Oh no, she didn't. Moment came when a mysterious leaked audio was played in court, exposing dirty laundry Blake and husband Ryan Reynolds allegedly tried desperately to keep under wraps. This wasn't just any audio, it was a potential career-ending bombshell on tape. According to whispers, Lively's lawyers fought tooth and nail to suppress this recording, but the judge allowed it, and the contents left the courtroom gasping. As the tape rolled, you could hear a pin drop. What was on it? Reportedly, shocking details about behind-the-scenes scheming that had Lively's team visibly squirming. Blake Lively, who's usually all smiles in front of cameras, sat there stone-faced as her own words echoed through the speakers, undermining her case. Observers say Ryan Reynolds went pale as the audio played, his jaw clenched. This was exactly the evidence Lively did not want the world to hear, and now it was out, in open court, no less. The leaked audio's revelations were so explosive that one source described it as the final nail in the coffin for Blake's credibility in this feud. It was a tabloid's dream and Lively's nightmare unfolding in real time. Witnesses in the courtroom report that as the judge delivered blow after blow to Lively's case, the actress at the center of this storm started to unravel. Forget the composed, camera-ready Blake. This was a devastated woman on the verge of a breakdown. Observers say Lively was visibly shaking, her face flushed with a mix of anger and panic. At one point, she was seen whispering frantically to her attorneys, eyes wide in disbelief at how badly things were going. She looked like she might either burst into tears or burst out screaming, one courtroom onlooker said. It was a full-on meltdown mode. Her hands trembled as she gripped the table, knuckles white. When that damning audio started playing, witnesses say Blake's composure cracked completely. She leaned in close to her lawyers, urgently hissing questions, as if asking, "How did this get out?" Her legal team tried to calm her, but too late. The usually poised star was falling apart at the seams in front of everyone. By the time the session ended, Blake Lively appeared shell-shocked. She reportedly rushed out of the courtroom with her head down, avoiding eye contact, a far cry from the confident actress we see on red carpets. For an A-lister not used to losing, this very public unraveling was the ultimate Hollywood horror show, and everyone saw it go down. Just when you think this saga couldn't get more scandalous, along comes a blacklisting bombshell that takes it to another level. Remember that leaked recording? According to insider leaks, it reveals something truly shocking. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds may have played a key role in blacklisting Justin Baldoni from Hollywood.
How is it possible that one individual can work behind the scenes to influence the minds, the hearts and minds of those with influence in the industry to potentially squash another individual such as a Justin Baldoni?
That's right. The power couple allegedly used their influence to try and sabotage Baldoni's career behind closed doors. It's the kind of dirty Hollywood maneuver that would make even the savviest PR flack blush. What exactly did this secret recording expose? Here are the juiciest alleged revelations sending shockwaves through Tinseltown. Blake's vow. Lively can reportedly be heard on the tape snarling that Baldoni's career is over, vowing to make sure he never works in this town again. The Gossip Girl alum, in a far cry from her glam public persona, allegedly calls Baldoni a creep and expresses glee about ruining his reputation. Orion's pledge, an unmistakable Ryan Reynolds voice chimes in, allegedly agreeing with his wife's scheme. The Deadpool star apparently says he'll talk to the studios, all of them, to keep Baldoni off any major projects. He even jokes, in a disturbingly serious tone, that one phone call from me and Justin's blacklist is signed, sealed, delivered. The smear plot. The duo discuss coordinating with their publicist to plant negative stories about Baldoni in the media. On the recording, they purportedly laugh about leaking harmful tidbits to make him radioactive. In a chilling line, Blake allegedly says, "We'll bury him. By the time we're done, no one will touch him." If true, this is a scandalous smoking gun. The very people who painted themselves as victims of a smear campaign might have been the architects of a smear campaign against Baldoni all along. This leaked tape flipped the narrative on its head, portraying Blake and Ryan as Hollywood power players scheming in the shadows. It's career sabotage 101, and the fallout has been nuclear. Now the whispers in Hollywood are that Baldoni was indeed being blacklisted, and Lively and Reynolds were the puppet masters pulling the strings. Talk about a plot twist. While Blake Lively has been living out this courtroom nightmare in full view, her other half, the usually charming and cheeky Ryan Reynolds has been mysteriously silent. The once hyper-present Hollywood jokester has essentially vanished from the public eye as his wife's legal humiliation mounts. No quippy Twitter comments, no Instagram clapbacks, not even a supportive hubby appearance at court. Ryan is AWOL, and everyone's wondering why. Insiders say Reynolds has gone into damage control hiding. He's totally radio silent, which is very un-Ryan of him, a source close to the situation dished. The actor was last seen before this legal drama hit its peak, and since then, crickets. It's not lost on observers that Reynolds is a co-defendant in Baldoni's $400 million suit, meaning he's neck-deep in this mess too. Perhaps his lawyers have muzzled him, or perhaps he's wisely keeping his head down to avoid further fueling the fire. Still, the silence is deafening. Hollywood is accustomed to Ryan's constant wisecracks, but now his absence speaks volumes. Some are speculating that Reynolds is privately freaking out about how to salvage his own image. Others think he's furious at how this is blowing back on him and has retreated until he can figure out a game plan. Either way, the once power couple is presenting a divided front, Blake doing battle and melting down in court and Ryan ghosting the world. Not exactly the united, lovable team they used to appear. As one commentator sniped, Ryan Reynolds has gone so dark, you'd think he's the one in hiding, maybe in the witness protection program his CIA buddy set up. Only half joking, of course, but the point is made. Reynolds' disappearing act in the midst of this scandal has everyone raising eyebrows. When celebrities are in trouble, they hire PR gurus. But Blake Lively doesn't do anything small. She went and hired a freaking ex-CIA operative to handle her crisis management. Yes, you read that right. In what might be the most extra PR move ever, Lively and Reynolds have enlisted Nick Shapiro, a former deputy chief of staff at the CIA, to spin this mess in their favor. Because nothing says I'm not panicking like bringing in a spy world heavy hitter to do damage control. Hollywood PR vets are stunned. Shapiro isn't your typical celebrity rep. He's handled terrorism, natural disasters, political scandals, serious cloak and dagger stuff. And now he's swooping into a Hollywood catfight over an on-set feud gone wrong. Why on earth would Blake need a guy with deep government ties and a security clearance to manage a movie star scandal? The move raises eyebrows all over town.
Justin Baldoni universe, a judge is allowing the internet to join court. Not entirely for the whole court case, but for this Thursday, we'll be sharing live audio, not video, just audio, of what goes down.
The plot thickens. Not long after Nick Shapiro joined Team Lively, a suspiciously timed article popped up in the New York Times that painted Justin Baldoni in a notably negative light. Coincidence? Hollywood thinks not. The scathing NYT piece smeared Baldoni with unflattering accusations and just so happened to land right when Blake needed ammo in her PR war. Baldoni's camp is crying foul play, and frankly, it reeks of a coordinated hit job. In fact, Baldoni's lawyer explicitly accused Lively's side of already having savaged his client's reputations in the New York Times as part of their desperate defense. Word on the street is that Blake's team, with Shapiro's Machiavellian guidance, might have fed dirt to a friendly NYT reporter to swing public sentiment. The article in question dredged up every unflattering claim about Baldoni it could find, from anonymous former employees griping about his toxic positivity to insinuations about his on-set conduct. It was a full-on character assassination, arriving at the perfect time to divert attention from Lively's own troubles. Baldoni was reportedly livid, and his team swiftly responded by slapping the New York Times with a legal notice of their own for defamation and meddling. You know things are wild when an A-list actress is effectively at war with a major newspaper in the middle of all this. Hollywood observers can't help but smirk at the timing. Blake hires the CIA guy, and days later the NYT runs a Baldoni takedown piece? Come on, we were born at night, not last night. One producer scoffed. It's all just a bit too convenient. If Team Lively did orchestrate that article, it shows they'll stop at nothing to torch Baldoni's image and save Blake's. But in many circles, it's backfiring. The obviousness of the smear has people sympathizing with Baldoni. As one commentator noted wryly, the NYT piece might as well have had paid for by Blake Lively's panic fund. stamped on it. In the end, this sneaky media blitz only adds to the sense that Lively and Reynolds are orchestrating a shady cover-up, and it's a look that Hollywood does not love. If Blake Lively thought her celebrity status would protect her, she's getting a rude awakening. In the wake of this scandal, the Hollywood elite are turning their backs on her. Fast. Studios and power players are quietly distancing themselves from Blake to avoid getting splattered by the mud. One industry exec shared that the phrase persona non grata is suddenly being whispered about Lively at meetings. The fallout has been swift and severe. We're hearing that even Amazon Studios made the highly unusual move of disabling comments and likes on the trailer for Lively's upcoming film, a sign they know the public backlash is intense and they're in damage control mode. When a studio basically says, "We know our star is poison right now," you know it's bad. Indeed, Blake's once red-hot career is now in freefall. This time last year, she was a beloved actress with a clean image. Now, after just a few months of bitter legal warfare, she's become one of the most controversial figures in entertainment. Fellow celebrities have stayed conspicuously quiet in defending her. Notice how you don't see her famous friends rushing to her side? Silence can speak volumes in Hollywood. Projects that would have killed to cast Blake are reportedly reconsidering their options. "No one wants the headache of being associated with this mess," an agent said. "It's as if Blake Lively has turned radioactive. Touch her, and you get burned." The A-list ostracism is real. Foddick swear that at a recent Hollywood event, a few top actresses were overheard gossiping. "I'm just glad I'm not Blake Lively right now." Oof. Her hard-won goodwill in the industry has eroded overnight. Even if she manages to win some legal points down the line, the court of public opinion and of studio execs might have already issued a verdict, guilty of being too toxic to work with. It's a stunning downfall for someone who once seemed to have it all: fame, family, likability. Now she's being mentioned in the same breath as some of Hollywood's biggest cautionary tales. The free fall is accelerating, and one has to wonder, can Blake's career ever recover from this level of scandal? In the end, this Blake Lively courtroom circus has morphed into a spectacle beyond anyone's worst nightmares or wildest dreams. If you're a tabloid editor, what started as a dispute over a film has exploded into an all-out Hollywood civil war, complete with public meltdowns, leaked secrets, and reputations going up in flames. The once picture-perfect Lively-Reynolds power couple now find themselves at the center of a storm that's ripping through their carefully curated image. It's the kind of drama that no PR spin can fully contain, though heaven knows they're trying every trick in the book, even former CIA tricks. As of now, Blake Lively's fairy tale has turned into a full-fledged Hollywood horror story, and there's no tidy ending in sight. The industry loves a comeback, but it also loves a good downfall, and right now, Blake's plummet is the talk of the town. Will she rise from the ashes? Or is this truly the end of her Hollywood reign? One thing's for sure, this is Hollywood's biggest train wreck of the year, and we're all glued to the wreckage, popcorn in hand. Stay tuned. Tinseltown, this scandal's final act has yet to play out, and at the rate it's going, it's bound to be explosive. And that's the tea for today, folks. If you're craving more Hollywood drama, make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a single scandal. Thanks for watching, and remember, in Tinseltown, you can always expect the unexpected.